Alright, this is a quick look at my Lynx Defense Concord range bag and what I keep in it for my airgun competitions. So first off, this bag is super nice. They're made in America, quality is fantastic. I just love these bags a ton. This is my second one. I have their little bit smaller pistol bag as well, but I needed the bigger one because I towed around a bunch of stuff. So the biggest thing in here is the chronograph. You definitely need a chronograph whenever you're doing airgun stuff because you need to keep track of all your velocities and tuning when you get to the place that you're going, because temperature, altitude, humidity, all that stuff really affects this a lot. So you definitely need to have this with you. So I keep that in here. If I need more room in the bag, I'll just carry it separately, but for right now it just slides in here. And then I do like to keep a bunch of these Savior little bags in here, and they keep a lot of my stuff organized. So this is my cleaning one and my ballistol cleaning fluid. This is kind of the grab all section that I have. I keep my coal tack bag in here because it fits in, and usually I'll keep my bipod in here as well if it's not already on the rifle. These are all my dry and wet erase markers that I use for my data sheets and my stage notes. This is just a clamp with a phone mount on it in case I want to film with my phone, like off of one of the tripods or anything. It's just nice to have. And I keep a bunch of these sticky paster targets in here. I like to keep these in here so that when I'm out, it's really easy for me just to slap these on the targets and I don't have to worry about the range having them or anything like that. And I like these little 1-inch dots because a lot of the targets that we're shooting are like this size or smaller, some of them. So it's a good reference point for me. So if I put them like out at 50 yards or whatever, I kind of can see what I'm going to hit. So then I just use this little clip to keep them all in. We've got my stapler in there for the paper targets. I keep this armband in here in case I need to write the stage notes on here and keep it on me. I keep a notepad as well. I like to write down my distances and holdovers and stuff in that. And then on this side here, I just have some lens cleaning pens. I have like a small screwdriver with those like really tiny ones like glasses, Phillips heads and stuff like that. And then this is cat crap. This is a anti-fog lens cleaner. This stuff works really good. It's like thick paste. You wipe it on, let it sit there for a sec, and then you use your microfibers to wipe it off, and it works really well to keep your stuff anti-fog. And then I keep just some regular lens wipes in here too in case it gets a little bit more dirty, but these are mostly for my shooting glasses, not really for the scopes and stuff. But I like to keep my ear pro just right on top because as soon as you get there you're going to end up throwing these on. And then in this pocket I typically keep a full water bottle or my Nalgene in here, and then snacks and some hydration salts and a little bit of caffeine pills and stuff. You definitely need to stay hydrated, and having snacks and stuff is really nice just so you make sure you're not starving and worried about food out there. This is a little air duster. It's more for my camera stuff, but it works good to like get some of the dust off your scope and everything. And I keep a ton of different microfibers. So these are like those really fine ones you get from Swamp Fox, but a bunch of scope manufacturers give these out to you when you get your optics, but I like these ones. Some other ones. This just holds all my Tacticam stuff. You have a lot of those little ocular mounts that you size those up, and then I keep the extra batteries in here and an extra memory card. And then I have a small trauma pack. It's just velcroed in the side here. I always just like to keep some kind of first aid with my main kit, and then sometimes I'll run one on my belt if I'm wearing my belt and stuff like that. But when I'm shooting air guns, you don't have a belt usually, so I just keep first aid with my bag, so at least there's some kind of first aid near me. But that's what that is. These are Silent Thunder Ordnance pellet holders. So when I sort my pellets and slugs, I can put the ones that I'm going to use for match day in here. And they have different inserts to put in here. Usually I like this one, or there's just the one where it's open. But they put padding on the top, bottom, and the sides, so they're completely encased, and they just look cool. And this is like the mini one. So like I said, it's got the foam all the way around and on the top. And they make them in a ton of different colors. In the outer pocket here, I keep my rangefinder, which is nice. And then this holds my GoPro and a lot of the different mounts and batteries and stuff for this, cables. I keep different kinds of ammunition in here. So the Zan slugs are pretty consistent, and I always at least have like the 33s with me, or like some other ones, because for some reason, like if the H&Ns just aren't working out for me that day, I can at least have a backup and try these, see if those are working better. These are some different pellets. So I don't shoot pellets for competition, but I use the same bag when I go out to shoot my Impact and the King. So I just keep some different ones in here. Usually like Barracudas and just some other stuff I'm testing out. So I like to keep those. And I'll pull these out and I'll switch them out for whatever I need. And then this one has slugs. So besides having slugs in the rifle case, I like to keep a lot of extras on hand, because I went to a match once and I had only my practice tin with me, and for some reason I had forgotten the main tin I was going to use. So luckily I had enough, but I like to just have tons extra now. So a lot of these are different weights and the different size heads, just so I can tune in what I'm going to use for that day. So I really like the heavy slugs, so like the 34s, and I have a tin of 40s in here. And then I have a lot of these precision slugs. These are the 33 grains, and these have been really awesome. And they come in two different head sizes, the 218s and the 217s. So I have a tin of each here, but my rifle usually likes the 217s, and so I keep a full tin in the rifle case. But like I said, I just like to have a lot of options and a lot of extra spares, just so when I get there I can get everything tuned in. On this side I keep some like range equipment, so my knee pads, iPro, gloves, and chamber flags. I don't really need these for my air guns, but some of the 22 guys need them sometimes if they forget theirs. I always just like to have this bulk pack just in here, just in case somebody needs one, because my range is really strict about having those, which is a good thing. And then on the other side is a lot of my tools and just some miscellaneous stuff. So I have this like Milwaukee regular kit, but I filled it full of the pieces that I usually need. So I bought all of these double-ended bits off of Amazon. So I have all the Torx sizes and Allens in metric and SAE. And then some of these are obviously the longer Milwaukee versions, but these are pretty cheap, and I recommend just grabbing a pack that has all the different sizes that you might need. And then I got a pick. I've got this Mepro Pro light. It's a 8mm and a 10, I believe, and a nice flat tip, and it's just nice. I like to have that. And then this is their little small ratcheting screwdriver, and it holds all the bits, but this just fits inside here. I just made some room and I fit it in here, and it works great. And then I keep an 8mm. This is like what a lot of the scope bases use, for like red dots and stuff. Little hollow sun sight tools and stuff like that. So all of these fit inside here. Oh, and I have some blue Loctite because you never know when you need to like re-Loctite stuff or whatever. But so that stays in there. Then I have a big one, and inside this it keeps a lot of the same double-ended bits. I just throw it in here. I don't really need it. And then I also have this one, which is just Allen heads. So I have a lot of extra stuff, but it's just like you never know when you need it, and it's always annoying if you don't have it. T25. You use T25s like it seems like a lot for some reason, and flat tips. So I have actual screwdrivers of those. Then I have a Gerber multi-tool, and this is like the long extension for that screwdriver. I keep tons of hot hands, hot feets, all these different sizes of hot hands. You can get them in a big like variety pack for like super cheap, and it's really nice if it's cold outside, so keep your hands warm and stuff. And then I keep a bunch of different batteries. So these are for my Ear Pro, a bunch of AAAs, and a bunch of 2032s, because these are universal for like a lot of different things. And then typically in my other range bags and stuff, I have a whole just battery pack. It's got like AA's, 123s, 1350s, all that stuff. So anyways, that is kind of what I keep all inside this range bag when I go out. The other supplemental equipment that I take with me are my different shooting bags. So I have my Armageddon Gear Game Changer, which is like the medium sized one. And then I have a cuddle pillow, the big guy. And then I have my air tank bag that I bring. So obviously you gotta have a different source of air with you. So I have my air bag with my hoses in it. And then the rifle case, which has the rifle and that stuff. So just those 3 bags, airbag, this, and the rifle case. And then my shooting bags, and I kind of throw it on top of each other and I head out. So that is kind of my range setup. If you guys need any more info about any of this stuff, just let me know. I'm not at the point where I can like tag anything in the comments or in the description yet on YouTube, so just message me and I'll try to send you a link or whatever if you have questions. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed looking at my stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.